So is it wrong to toss this line?
What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are setting up my March 2022 bullet journal. I'm just using some watercolor paper here, and this is the Sharpie metallic silver. I'm not sure of the thickness, but I'm just writing out all of my headings with that.
'Cause what about angels? They will go make us special.
And here I'll be using my ZSCM dual brush pens. I got them on Amazon. I'll put a link to those down below. But I'm doing sort of an ombre effect here. So I'm doing the yellow first, and then I'll take the orange shade and place that over a portion of the yellow, and then I use the yellow to blend the orange into it. And then I do the same with the red. So I'll take a red color here in a second and just do like the very top of it, and then I'll use the yellow to blend that out as well.
Something real that's out of touch. But if you touch the whole wide world, would you dare to let it go?
I prefer to blend out small portions at a time so the ink hasn't fully dried. I feel like it blends easier that way. So I'm just doing that to all of the headings on this page, and then I cut those out. And so here's what the March heading looks like when I pasted it in my bullet journal. Underneath the heading, I'm just going to put a quote that says, "Looking back, I was always stronger than I felt." And then underneath that, I'll just be putting a calendar. This side is going to be a section for my bills, my goals for the month, and just a section for important things that are coming up. So I'm just making some boxes here.
The other night, dear, as I lay sleeping, I dreamed I held you in my arms.
For my bills, I just do it the way I always do: the due date, the amount, what the bill is, when I paid it, and just a check mark at the end showing that it has went through. Here I'm gonna do my monthly goals, and then I guess at the bottom, both of those are for notes, but one says notes, one says important. I don't know how I'll use them yet, but that's what I'm doing on this spread.
My only sunshine, you make me happy when skies are gray.
Next up is my habit tracker. I did something different this month. Instead of putting it all onto one spread, I just decided to do like my habits on one page, my sleep on another page, because this way I could see what hours I slept, like what time I went to bed, what time I woke up, versus the amount of hours of sleep I was getting. So I just wanted to see if I maybe preferred that way better.
Love you and make you happy, and nothing else could come between. But if you leave me to
So the way that this one is set up, I have my habits there on the left, and then each one of these boxes represents a day of the month, so I would just color in the box if I completed the habit that day.
sunshine,
For my sleep log, I just decided to start with 8 p.m. and go until 11 a.m. I don't typically sleep in that late, but I'm just going ahead and writing all the numbers out here, and I'll just, when I go to bed, I'll start the color there and I'll just end it when I wake up.
My sunshine away.
This page is pretty standard. I've done this in all of my previous monthly spreads, but it's just my meditation log, so I'm just doing a couple of lines for each day, and I'm just literally setting that up the exact same way that I always do.
No blinding light or tunnels to gates of right, just our hands clasped so tight, waiting for a hint of a spark. If heaven and hell decide that they both are satisfied, illuminate the nerves on their vacancy signs. There's no one beside you when your soul embarks, then I'll follow you into the dark.
For my weekly spreads, I did do these quite a bit differently than in the past. I've added quite a bit to them, so you'll see a lot of extra squares that I've done here. So I'll go through each of those and explain what those are for.
She told me, son, fear is the heart of love.
As always, I've got a mini calendar here, and I'll highlight the week that we are on, and then underneath I have a notes section. On the top right there will be a highlight of the day. That's just kind of like a gratitude log, I guess, but I just put it onto the weekly spread so that I can remember to do it every day. So I'll just write down my favorite part of that day, and then those little squares on each day of the week, those are for my water intake.
You and me have seen everything to see, from Bangkok to Calgary, and the soles of your shoes.
So here I'm just using my Master's Touch fine liners to write in each day of the week, and on the right hand side I'll write what day of the month that it is. At the bottom of the spread, I just put an area where I can record what I ate for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, just to make sure that I'm eating properly. And here is what the finished monthly spread looks like. On the back page, I did do a monthly overview. That does include quite a few things. I have a highlight of the month. There is a monthly playlist, so I can go back and see what songs I liked during the month. I have a habits section, so I can record how often I did each of my habits, an average sleep section, a things I learned section, and a room for improvement section. So I'm just filling all of those in, and then at the end of the month I'll go back and complete them.
Keep careful watch of my brother's souls, and should the sky be filled with fire and smoke, keep watching over during suns. If this is to end in fire, then we should all burn together. Watch the flames climb high into the night, calling out, Father, hold, stand by and we will.
The quote on the bottom of the page says, "Sweet girl, you could have chosen to quit, but you didn't. You chose to get up and do the hard things. That makes you brave. That makes you a freaking superhero."
We should all die together.
The pin I'm using here is a Tombow twin tone. I'll see if I can find that and link it down below, but it's just in a gray shade.
Prepare us as we will watch the flames burn open on the mountainside.
And here is the finished product. I hope you guys enjoyed setting up my bullet journal with me this month, and I will see you next time.
Inside the mountains I see fire burning the trees.